Hello, welcome back to Take Profit. Hello, welcome back to Take Profit live trading, 19th of January. And yeah, markets go open here in 20 seconds. Good morning to those in the US and good afternoon to those in Europe, like where I am as well. Hello, welcome back to Take Profit. Hello, welcome back to Take Profit live trading, 19th of January. Open here in another browser, and it means I get my first view. But yeah, there we go. So yesterday was fun, a really annoying day. In fact, I was thinking about it last night. I was thinking I didn't really like my reaction to how yesterday went. We had a super evening, so to speak. We had taken along here at 3:45 p.m. and we got up to here. It's 4 points short of our take profit here, and it came back down to our entry point. It stopped us out at break even, then went up again and would have hit our take profit. Came back down again, and then we got this massive rally in the evening, which is continued on in the morning today, and just before the open here as well, an hour before, it's just started to come down again. But this is where we're up to for the month. We got all green days apart from one. We got last week we had a one bad winning day, and today I'm hoping to get a good winning day. If we don't, we don't. It's fine. But these 2 days this week have been so annoying, because this one I was 2 ticks away from being take profit. This one I was 4 ticks away from being take profit, both days in a row. And yeah, it's kind of annoying that happened, but it happens. So yeah, markets have opened. And we're just going to sit around for the next half an hour before we do anything here as well. But Dow's open negative, so is the Nasdaq, and so has the S&P. S&P's quite far down actually. It looks like today the weakest one is actually, let's see, the strongest one actually looks to be the Dow, which is the opposite of yesterday. Yesterday Dow was the one that was lagging, and Nasdaq was the one that was making new highs when I wanted the Dow to make a new high as well. So is the name of the game of trading, I guess. But today's a new day. As you can see, we're at 25,992 on the equity, and our account number is still the same. So you can see I've not blown it, and I'm trying to cover the eyes of the 0 viewers that I have in here. Yeah. So if we look on the daily chart for today, then let's have a look on, let's see if we can get trading view up, because I don't really like using the futures market for the daily view. So I'm just going to open up trading view and switch the screen over to that, and then we can have a look on it on there, because I like to see the actual open price at the market open rather than the futures the open price on the daily chart becomes a the daily chart on the opening price on the futures chart is like at midnight or 1 o'clock, I can't remember. And for me, that doesn't work well with what I like to see on the daily chart. So here we go, daily chart. This is. See if I can find the correct one. Here's the CFD. Okay, no. Okay, let's use investing.com because I know they definitely have it. And we go into major indices up here. I've not used this for a while. Dow Jones. That's the one I'm interested in a minute. And daily chart. Okay, yeah, this is the what I wanted here. So we can see from the open it's down about 50 points so far. See if that stacks up here. Yeah. So we gapped up a little bit on the daily chart, and it dropped about from 604 to 31. Yeah, that's about 60-70 points. That makes sense. But the opening price was 37612 on the CFD and 37769 on the futures market. Just trying to steal some viewers from other streams at the minute by typing in their live chats. See if it's there. So hopefully someone will see that and come over. We will see. Oh well, that's a bit cheating, really. Yeah. Okay, looking at the markets, Dow's opened down quite strongly. So has the S&P, but Nasdaq did start quite weakly, but seems to have found a little bit of a bottom short term and started to push back up a little bit as well. If you can hear something in the background, that's just my wife cleaning the floors. So mopping the floor whilst we do this. But I quite like this kind of open. Strong down. The daily chart is gonna make, and this is why I don't like the daily chart on the futures, because it actually shows that the open was down here. That was at the midnight or something like that. And it's showing it's pushed up here, whereas if we use the actual daily charts of when the market is open, then you can see it's just pushed down. So what I'm looking for is to push down, make a small tail, and then hopefully we'll make a push up for the highs today, around 817. That would be very nice. No idea if it's going to happen, but no one does. So let's have a look if there's any news coming out as well that may affect us today. Okay, it's something at 4. It's red, so it's probably gonna move the markets quite quickly. So that's not really a problem, it's just means that we want to get our orders in on time so that we don't miss anything due to volatility or something like that. Yeah, Nasdaq seems to have found a small bottom, at least for now. And if we look at Nasdaq on the daily chart as well, probably gonna look very similar, to be honest. If we look at the Nasdaq on the daily chart, and we're looking at what are we looking at? We're looking at pretty much, it's gone down a little bit, but with so many gaps up here at the minute. I mean, look at that. It gapped up 2 days ago from 854 to 150 points. Came back down, closed up again, and today it's gapped up again. Another 70 points, 75 points. So it's strong up terms at the minute. Obviously we got the gaps down here as well, even bigger gaps down. That was like 130 points gap down every single day. But I prefer these kind of charts because then they it lets me know where the actual market open was, where the price was at the market open, and where we are now as well. So we're down from the market open still, which is fine. So first 15-minute bar is up, it's finished. And Nasdaq we got quite a large doji. On the Dow we got a big strong down. Downtrending bar, and on the S&P we also have the same as well. We got the overnight lows here for the futures around 376.04, still 50 points away for the Dow. Nasdaq didn't touch them either, but it's still pushing the Nasdaq. But S&P doing nothing, and also the Dow not really doing much at the minute. Yeah, but we're going to be using this bar that's forming now for our strategy. So we're going to be bracketing this bar. 5 points above, 5 points below, buy above, sell below, and stops at the either end of it, so to speak. So we hope that this bar doesn't get too big, because that's going to be what determines our risk essentially. If we usually trade 3 contracts, if it's a massive bar then I might trade less contracts, but usually just trade 3 contracts. Micro contracts, not mini contracts, and yeah, we put our stop loss at the other side of the bar. So the bigger the bar, the bigger the stop loss, the bigger the risk, which is what we're trying to avoid, obviously. But as soon as we get into a trade, long or short, then we will be looking to move our stop loss one way or another to reduce our risk as well. But we do have this news, like I said, coming in at 4, which is 30 minutes after the open, 4 p.m. for me, local time. I don't know where you guys are, so whatever time it is for you. But yeah, yesterday was 9 days. The last 2 days have just been very annoying in terms of trading, which we missed out on $280, which is trading 3 micros is quite a lot. It's like 98 points each day, which you don't get every day. So yeah, 2 frustrating days, but we'll see how today's go. Seems that Nasdaq and the S&P and the Dow, are now starting to find a bit of a low, maybe. This on the retail front would be, if it pushes up higher, we'll be looking at a hammer. That's what all the retail buyers will be finding. I hope we don't get it, because of my strategy then we probably trigger along and it'll probably still go lower. meaning we'll get one losing trade, because retail trading doesn't work. So support and resistance doesn't work either. In my old days, I would have been looking across left in the charts here. We've got 1, 2, 3 times we've hit this, and then it's been broken. It's come back up, it's turned into resistance, and we've broken it again, and now it could be support again, maybe. But that was my old days. What I was looking at. What I'm looking at now is this second 15-minute bar. Once that's formed, once that's done, then that's when we put our order in. Once again, just trying to steal some views from over streams by writing in the chat. It's a bit dirty, but when you're this sort of low on the food train, so to speak, of YouTube, then you kind of have to do this sort of stuff a little bit, just to get going. Seems my charts have stopped working here. Just gonna refresh. There we go, that's better. So Nasdaq, yeah, it's definitely trying. S&P is definitely trying. Dow's a bit weaker in its try to push higher, but it's definitely trying as well. Be interested to see what happens here. I think if we get a buy here, I really don't know what's going to happen. I think we either have whatever goes higher or it goes lower, right? I think anyone can say that. I think even my 1-year-old child could probably say that, or understand that anyway. But I have two worries about it going. If it goes by, then I think, okay, we get a hammer here. If we don't get the hammer and it finishes lower, but we still get a buy, then I think we got a good chance of pushing even higher, like maybe 200-300 points today. Like a good chance. At least making these new highs at some point in the day. But if it finishes like a hammer, inverted hammer, whatever it's called in retail trading, then if it goes by, then I'd be pretty nervous of it. Yeah, it might go up 20-30 points, maybe 40 points, but I'd be pretty nervous of it falling back down pretty quickly, and yeah, getting stopped out like we did yesterday, and maybe even it falling lower to where we were trading at yesterday. But I mean, the last few days we've had the second 15-minute bar has been the bottom. Well, almost. Yesterday it was anyway. It was the bottom of the day. Second one here, that gave us a good push up again. Can't believe that. 2 points short of the take profit. What about here? I think this was a good one. Yeah, very nice hammer, so to speak, formed here. That would have given us. Did give me actually. I traded this actually. I remember I traded it whilst I was on the in the car. 582, so 587, and it should have gone up to 687 for us to get our 687 there for our 100 points. And then another 15-minute bar, the second, a few days ago, 345, yeah. We found pretty much the high of the day on this bar. And pushed down, and we got the 100 points again. Did we get the 100 points on that one? That was on Monday, wasn't it? 12. Was it on Monday? No, that was last Friday. Yeah, that was last Friday. Which we got 121 for the day there. Don't know why we didn't take the full. Yeah, we would have got the full. We got filled for the full $150, but we didn't stay in. So another 5 minutes here until we take the actual trade, and then see what's gonna happen. Just before we take the trade, I'm going to try and see if I can steal some more viewers from different ones, with different live streams. He isn't live streaming at the minute. Let's see if there's anyone else. No. Not anyone else that I've watched in the past anyway. Two guys I used to watch in the past. Trades by Matt and Patrick Weiland, or however you say his name. So I try and steal some viewers from them, but nothing yet. Try one more time. Oh well. Let's see if we can get see, I'm looking at trades by Matt, this live stream now, and literally, let me see if I can show you this, because it's literally screaming, don't do what most people do with this guy. Let's see if I can see it. There you go. Do not copy. This is literally his bot that he has on his live stream to stop, I guess, people like me trying to steal viewers. But it says, do not copy mass trades. You will get wrecked. The goal of this stream is to help traders meet each other and have a spot to hang out. You will be learning at the same time as Matt. Yeah, great, but it's much better to learn how to trade, no? Anyway, let's see. 58. We got 2 minutes here. What do we got on the risk? We got 634 all the way up to 725. It's about 100. It's gonna be about 100 points of risk, so it's gonna be about a $300 risk for the day potentially. Depends on how big this bar comes in the next minute and a half. It's quite a large amount of risk for the day, but we stick to the strategy. The strategy works, so. And we don't let the psychology side of it get in our way. Nasdaq's pushed back up to its open. That's interesting. On this chart it has anyway. What did it open at? It opened at 17,208. Yeah, so it did push back up to its open. No, sorry, it opened up here, didn't it? Yeah, so it's above its open price now. And the S&P is really pushing now. Dow is pushing as well. I'm gonna enter my short order here. so that we don't get too behind. 634 and 629 and then put 3
order working.
Cells in there, and currently 723 is going to be 728 is where I want to put the buy at the minute, but that's just made a new high on this. No, 723 still. It's going to be close, this one. It's going to be hard to time it, I think. Put it in here.
Order working.
There we go.
Stop filled.
That would have been filled anyway, so that's no problem. Make sure you get the stop to the right spots. Come on. Why are you not moving? There we go. No. Let's get the take profit higher. Come on, what are you doing, TraderVade? What are you doing, TraderVade? There we go. 729. So let's go up to 829. That's where I want that. And this one here, stop loss on the sell order as well. Put that at our entry point. And we got 630, so 530 down here. That moved quick. That was because of that news that was at 4 o'clock. That's what I said. We need to act quite quickly. That's why. But TraderVate sometimes can be a bit slow. This should be at 629 and 629. Oh, TraderVate's really glitchy at the minute. It's always like this one. You don't want it to be. Anyway, so we're in this trade now in the long. We've been filled at 7729. News came out 4 o'clock. No idea what that means. No idea what that means. I guess this red is bad, green is good. So what that's gonna do to the market, I have no idea. But it filled with that hammer, the inverted hammer, whatever you call it in retail trading. I don't like that at all. Do not like that at all, because retail trading doesn't work. So I won't be surprised if we're going to get stopped out here, but we'll see. Nasdaq's really pushing, and Dow is still down on the day. Nasdaq, yeah, it's been pushing quite hard. S&P also. So they all had that sort of spike, initial spike after the news. But I don't like this. The fact that it finished up on the high, the last 15-minute bar. I don't like that it finished up there, because all the retail traders are gonna jump in on that and be like, "Oh, great, inverted hammer, or whatever it's called, and let's buy. We gotta buy. And I mean, not because of that, but because of something else, and I might get sucked into the retail crowd, so to speak, for now. Let's see. Had a good spike up, like $40 up, something like that. But yeah, that didn't last long. I got about a 40 negative in a minute. TraderVate's been strange, very strange. I've heard reports of it being like this when there's news or it's fast moving and the data gets pretty slow. I don't like it, because I mean, I almost got to take profit, which is great in the sense of, yeah, you get to take profit, but take profit wasn't at the right place, so, and it wasn't changing it for some reason, but we got to do it in the end, which is good. So Nasdaq's looking stronger again. S&P is looking slightly stronger again than the Dow. The Dow isn't doing much again, like yesterday. Dow's been weaker for this last week and a half than Nasdaq and the S&P. The Nasdaq's been screaming. But the Dow's been lagging a little bit, not too much. But what can we do? Let's see if we can put our stop in a more logical place. Well, we've got a nice logical spot here, 37688, something like that. If we make it up to about 37800, then I'm probably gonna move my stop up to here. Just to reduce that risk. Reduce it by over half would be fantastic. That means currently in 100 points of risk, basically. $150 is the risk on this trade, which it's not massive, but it's usually a bit more than I like to risk. So ideally, to get my stop up would be the plan for the day, should we say? No more news coming out later. But yeah, Dow's looking the weakest of them all at the minute. You got that initial spike from the news. I just don't like how this last 15-minute burst finished on its high. So the retail traders is going to dump on and be like, oh yeah, inverted hammer, let's buy. And I'm there for a different reason. But it's fine. If we lose, we lose. It's fine. It's part of the strategy. And we know we have that edge. So it's not really an issue for us. It's just been a frustrating week of trading, that's all. I would love to finish on a nice, good day. But just frustrating how we had the last 2 days. Literally, the victory was torn from the jaws of victory, so to speak. What is the phrase? I don't know. Come on down. What's the other guys doing? Yeah, Nasdaq's coming down again. Yeah, it's such a retail trade, that last one. A real trade, retail trade. I would have taken it anyway, even if I mean, I said that if it finishes on its highs, then it's going to look like a retail trade with an inverted hammer, but I would have taken it anyway, just to be clear, because it's still part of my strategy, yeah. But just frustrating that they coincided, should I say, to the point where I could have got. I think I've been wrapped up in this retail trade. Frustratingly. But we'll see. I think it'll be good luck if we don't get stopped out here. But who knows? No one knows. Otherwise, we'd be rich men already. Nasdaq's really gone down, huh? So is the S&P. It's actually gone down further than the Dow. And Dow's at least not near as the low of the last candle, whereas the Nasdaq's gone below that, and it's almost at the low of the candle before, where it first initially started to bounce. And the S&P is almost the same. It's pretty much hit the bottom of that by what, 1 point? No. 4815.5, 4815.25 is the difference in the candles bottom. And that was actually looking stronger than the rest all of a sudden, which is nice to see. But that's what I said originally. I think that's the return from the highs of the day up here. The Dow hadn't retraced as much as the other two. But I still think we're going to get stopped out here. There's just too much too many things not to let us stop out, I think. Going back to support and resistance, then it's even worse to get stopped out here, because if I get stopped out, then I go short. And look at what level I go short as well. I really want to go short there, but that's the strategy. That is the strategy. If we get triggered, we have to take it. That's the discipline. You can't have subjectivity in your strategy too much. Oh yeah, I would have taken here, I wouldn't have taken there. That's the thing with live trading. You never know. You just never know. It's so easy after the fact to say, yeah, I would have taken it here, and I wouldn't have taken it there because of some Bollinger Band or RSI or something like that. I have to say I'm glad that the Dow didn't get this close to the last candle like the Nasdaq and the S&P did, because I wouldn't have liked that so much. And we got a stop in the right place, 34.29, 5 points. Yeah, that's the right place indeed. Now the thing is, I got 100 points here risked, 729.629, which is $150 risk. My take profit normally for the Dow is 100 points, because 100 points is a lot of points. Let's be honest. You make 100 points a day on a mini contract. You make $500 a day. That's what, $10,000 a month. So it's $120,000 a year. It's not bad. It's obviously not the same sort of 100 points on a Nasdaq or the S&P, but it's still very good, and something that a lot of people will be happy with, I think. But that's obviously no losing days, which obviously we don't have. But the thing is, if I get stopped out here, I've lost 100 points. Then I get triggered short. Then I risk another 100 points, but I also have a initial target of 100 points. So we finish the day at break even, essentially. Yeah. So then the psychology comes into play. That's when good traders get distinguished by from bad traders. Sure, I can take profit, 100 points, call it a day, $0 minus commissions, minus $10, minus $5 for the day. Yeah, I could do that. But the last few days, the ranges of the day Let's have a look. $149, 400 points. 134, 363, 200 points. 220 points. 37215, 300 points. 500 to 320 points. 466 to 805, so 350 points. 528, 75, 200 points. What have we got a range of right now? 609 to 502. 609 to 502, so that's 100 points, right? I didn't just make that up, did I? 609, 495, yeah, about 100 points. So if we get taken short here, there's a good chance we could get another 100, 200 points out of it. Good chance. Not definite. Could go the other way, get 100 points negative. We lose $300 for the day. Which would be annoying, considering we literally lost $300 in the last 2 days. Not a lost, but I keep going on about that. I do keep going on about that, I know. We'll see what happens here. I was hoping for a quick one today. It's Friday, I want to go home. Well, I'm already home, but I want to stop working. That would be nice. And Friday night is game night with the lads, so looking forward to playing some games this evening. We love strategy games. Crusader Kings is one of our favorites. It's a long game to play, especially when you only play once a week for a few hours. Well, we got about another 200-300 years to go, I think, on this one, which is probably about 6 months at the rate that we play. So it's a fun game to play with them. And tonight is the time where we're going to play again. So it'd be great to have a winning day and a chilled evening with your good friends. No more news for the day, so I'll close that Nasdaq and I'll keep these open, and I'll keep that open as well for once we finally finish this trade. Did we find the bottom of the day on this 15-minute bar again? It's interesting to see. But yesterday I managed to figure out how to do the words on the shorts, like where it pops up when you're automatically speaking, so you can read it on the shorts as well, and I think that's a lot better than just having nothing on there. So today's shorts, hopefully will have some words on it, and hopefully get a bit more attention because of it. Well, we've come back into profit. One thing I would like to add here, if we went on an evaluation, if we would pass the evaluation and I was already in quite a lot of profit, then what I would do here is add to my trade. So I would actually buy again. Maybe 1 contract, maybe 2 contracts, probably 3 contracts again. And I would put the same stop loss in, maybe a bit less. Maybe down here, 37661, something like that. And the reason that I would do that is because I don't believe in adding to losing trades. I only believe in adding to winning trades. So as long as we're negative, I don't ever add to it. I used to do that. Trust me, it doesn't go well. It gets you out of trouble a few times, but when it goes wrong, it goes badly wrong, really badly wrong. And adding to winning trades is something that very, very few people do. Everyone adds to losing trades. The psychology of adding to losing trades is so much easier. Makes it so much easier than it is to add to winning trades. And yeah, at this point, as we got back into the entry, I would have added to the winning trade. The reason for that is a lot of people they let their losers run and they cut their winners short. That's the problem that retail traders have psychologically. And one of the ways that people let their losers run is by not trading with a stop loss, first of all. And even when you do have a stop loss, they will move it, increase it, because having stop loss means that you are going to crystallize that loss. You're going to take the loss. You're not longer in the trade, and the only thing that's keeping you going at that point is hope that the trade is going to turn around. And what a lot of people do psychologically, in my position here, for example, is we got taken long, and yeah, we went into a bit of profit straight away, but then we went into the red by 50, 60 points, something like that. Yeah. And what I was doing, I was hoping. Yeah, of course I was hoping, but I had a stop loss in place, and my stop loss is a hard limit. I can only move it to reduce risk, not increase risk. But then what a lot of people do is they endure the pain of being in a losing trade. And it gets to a point where I'm at now, where I'm like $30 up, it's like 20 points or something like that. Yeah, 20 points. And they cut the trade. So they were let it run into the negative by 60, 70 points. But as soon as it gets into the positive by 20 points, then the brain is just screaming to you, like, take the profit now. Well, if you've got it, take the profit now. Cut that pain. Like, a great relief that we've got out of a losing trade. And that is so hard to deal with. So my argument is, it's not my argument. What I've learned is that instead of cutting that trade short, then I should be adding to that trade at that point, at the entry point again. And yeah, that increases my risk. That increases the risk, but it also increases the potential upside as well. And the thing is, the market's been disagreeing with me all the time whilst I've been in a losing trade, and all of a sudden it started to agree with me again. And I'm thinking, oh well, if the market agrees with me, then I might want to add to my trade because it's agreeing with me. I wouldn't want to add to my trade when the market disagrees with me. That would be illogical, and also the thing that most losing traders do. But we are slightly in the negative here. We did have a bounce pretty much from this bad. The Nasdaq's looking weak again. The S&P is not looking strong. The Dow's not looking particularly strong either, but it's still looking stronger than the other two at least. Made a bit of a double top here after a big downtrend. I don't know. I don't know if that's 1 minute scalpers looking at that and thinking, oh, I take a quick scalp here, and we're about to push right through that. But I'm going to do what I did yesterday, where I go to the toilet and see if that changes anything. Because yesterday I went and it pushed right up, and we'll see if that does the same today. So I will be back in 40 seconds, 50 seconds, and we'll see if anything's changed. Okay, what has changed? Absolutely nothing. Did we make that double top? Did we make it back up to it? Did we make it a triple top? We didn't. Not yet, anyway. I wasn't gone for too long. Just yesterday I went to the bathroom and that was it. Pushed up hard, and I came back and it was pretty, it was very close to my take profit. And Nasdaq's trying again. So is the S&P. That's a good sign. Is the Dow gonna try? Come on, Dow. Let's do something good today. Oh my goodness, I actually had a comment from someone. I missed it. I don't know if he's still here. Hey, Danny. Congratulations, first of all. You are the first official viewer and also the first person to comment, to talk in the live chat. Hope you're still here. I don't know if you've gone or not. Currently we have on three micro contracts on the Dow. Three micro contracts on the Dow. If you're still here, I don't know if you're still here or not. Can I see if you're still here? I'll ask in the chat. When did you write this? How can I see when you wrote this? This is annoying. Danny, thank you for coming. I don't know where you are, if you're still here or not, but thank you for coming. Let's see what the position is doing. We are in Danny, if you are still here, first of all, thank you for coming. Great that you came. I think you're still here. It looks like you might still be here. looks like you might still be here, but if you are still here, I'm going to assume you're still here just because it makes me feel better. Yeah, Danny, so welcome, first of all, to this live stream. I usually trade the Dow, but I also look at the Nasdaq and the S&P. Very correlated, especially the S&P and the Dow. But the strategy I use works best on the Dow. I've backtested on the Nasdaq and the S&P, and it's just not as reliable on both of those markets. So we were trading on the Dow, and this is our trading for the year so far. As you can see, we have $839 for the year on 3 micro contracts. I don't live trade every day, unfortunately, because I do have another job. But I do make shorts of all the days that I do trade when I can trade. And just because I can trade doesn't mean I'll live stream, because I have a wife and kid, and also I have a job that means that I could be in different countries and I may not have all my equipment with me to live stream. So it doesn't look like you're still here. I lost that moment. I lost that opportunity to connect with my first official viewer. But that's I always remember that. Danny Fang, the first one that joined ever. So thank you, Danny. I hope I answered your question. But if you want to see how many contracts I've got on, you can see it up here where my mouse is right now. It says position. Well, we're not really doing much at the minute. Nasdaq is it's just in a big range today, isn't it, by the look? So let's have a look at the profile. Yeah, okay. Let's come off here. Interesting. I used to use this day volume profile quite a lot, because that's what Trades by Matt used to teach. I don't know if he still uses it or not. It does provide some helpful insight, but nothing that you can really base your trades off. But basically, on the Nasdaq anyway, you got a range between 17,166 and 17,252, and I'm not using that on using the candlesticks. I'm using this day profile, volume profile. Basically means that the price is going to bounce between these two edges, and then you've got another range here between here and here, and then you've got mainly trending up and below that, where price didn't spend much time at that point. What's the icon on the Dow for that? I don't know. I don't like using this that much, because that scares me a little bit. That's why I don't like it. But it shows to me that there's a range on the Dow between 37600 and 37776, maybe 761, which is the top of this candle here actually. So either here or here. Ish. Somewhere here. But my take profit is literally on the tip there. I should have had a look at this yesterday when I looked at the when I almost got my take profit missed it by 2 points, because if I'd looked at this and seen it was right on the edge, then maybe I would have moved it down a couple of points and we would have been in a completely different position already. But what can you do? Hello Danny, yeah, thanks. Just in and out of this when possible. Cool. Well, thanks for joining. Much appreciated. As I said, I'll never forget you, my first ever viewer. Danny Fang, what a fantastic name as well for for my first viewer. Danny Fang, I love that second name. Makes you sound like you're the cousin of Dracula or something like that, I don't know. Tell me, Danny, where are you from? What do you do? Have you traded a long time? Are you a beginner? Are you more experienced than me? Less experienced? I've been trading for about 2 years now. Been funded once, trying to get funded again. As you can see, we're on a Apex, what's it called? Evaluation. The target is 26,500 and we're currently at 25,900, and we've been doing it from the start of the year, plus 1 day in 2023. These are results. Tell me, what's your background, and yeah, what brings you here? Did you come from Trades by Matt by any chance, or did you find me another way? Because I put some text in his in his chat to try and lure people over here, but I don't know where you came from. It's super slow. Just not really moving at the minute anywhere, are we? Nasdaq's. It's just like, I mean, if you look at the 15-minute charts, which is what I used to trade on, it's like a barcode. Up, down, up, down, up, down. No real trending, which is unusual. Well, it's not unusual, I guess. I find that when you have big trending mornings like this, or big trending pre-markets, I should say, because not everyone is in the morning where you guys are, but when you have big trending pre-markets like this, then a lot of time the actual morning session is just like this, up, down, up, down, up, down, within a range. And people like me, a bit boring. I love it when I get the trade in and 100 points in and out pretty quick, but that's not today, is it? But if we're not done here in about 20 minutes, and I'm probably just gonna cut the live stream anyway, and just record the rest of this trade here, because there's no point really sitting around here all day when I can just check it every now and then. But yeah, I'm amazed that we had a reply. It looks like he's not here anymore. Danny, legend, thanks for being here. Absolute legend. If you're a viewer of mine, then you're always going to be a legend to me. Especially the very first one, Danny Fang. Man, never will forget that. Come on Dow, let's make some pushes higher. Oh, Nasdaq's starting to push. ES is also doing what the Dow is doing. I'd love for the Nasdaq to push up here again. It's already made a push down here. And I'd love for it to push up to 250, something like that, 30 points away. That might mean that the Dow could fall to around take profit of where my take profit is. Please don't do what you did yesterday. The last 2 days, I should say. But it's super slow today. Nasdaq is pushing well. Dow is making an attempt. S&P is also making an attempt. But Dow's the weakest again now. Why? Just not pushing hard enough. It's not pushing like the Nasdaq is. I want the Dow to follow the Nasdaq all the way up to its point up here. I'm gonna take off these day volume profiles, just distract me. And look at targets, start looking at targets and things that I don't really want to look at, because you can never really define your reward until you take it off the table. Okay, this is looking a bit more promising. Everyone seems to be pushing more. We're going through a lot of range at the minute for the last hour. And we seem to be finally making new highs since 3:30 since market open. We're pretty much at the opening price now on the Dow. What's that? Where did we open? We opened at 7767. Still 20 points away. Are we going to push through this 1 minute triple top or not? Or is it going to be turned into a triple top? Hoping so. No one knows, that's the problem. A lot of retail traders will be looking at this and think, oh great, resistance, let's sell. And if enough retail traders see that, then we might see a big rip here to the upside. Understanding the markets isn't about understanding the markets, it's about understanding the people that are trading them. Where they have fear, where they have hope. Once you understand that, you can take the opposite side of the coin and you can make a good bet. Nasdaq tried, finished strong on that last 15 minute, but it didn't. The next 15 minute didn't start well. Dow was actually a little bit better on that. My wife to this point still doesn't know how which slice switch works. We've been living in this house now for 3 years, but still can't find the right light switch. So sorry for the disco. Okay, we've pushed through that high now, which is what I wanted to see, and hopefully we've got a lot of retail traders short here. And hopefully they're short quite a lot. And if we do, then we're going to see a push higher. If we get to about 800, then I'm going to be moving my stop loss up to... don't know. I have a 60 or 80. Really don't know yet. What's this show on the 5 minute bar? Yeah. 60 or 80. Still not doing much. It's was starting to push. I was gonna hope it's gonna start pushing a bit harder, but yeah, it's just a slow grind. Annoyingly slow. but hopefully we're taking out any sellers, any more sellers that were selling above 37761. Hopefully we got enough people selling there again. And we got people looking at resistance, and hopefully those are retail traders. The early ones would have got in here. 37753 around about here. Maybe after this red bar in a minute. Maybe would have got spooked out here. And maybe some more would have jumped in here. Or they would have just sold short the top of this bar here. But hopefully that's retail traders. Because if it is, then it's quite likely to rip up. To be honest, after the last few days, I just really would like to take profit here. Really would. Just to make $50 for the day. That's fine. It would almost put me above this. I'd like to get to 26. I mean, targets are targets. I shouldn't really make them, but to get to 26k for the weekend, perfect. But I don't want to take it. I don't want to do it because it's against everything that I should do, but it's everything that I want to do. Yeah, that 1 minute bar closed pretty strongly on the last 1 minute, which I don't like. Let's see what people see of that. So anyone who's gone short here because they thought of this double top, triple top, quadruple top, whatever you want to call it, starting to get a little bit sweaty. They may have a stop around here. They probably have a stop around here, 37802. On the 5 minute as well. That's probably a logical place. Maybe even they put a stop up here. 37842, which would be nice for me because it means we're probably going for there. But that's what retail traders are seeing. I don't know if that's what they're seeing. I mean, that's what I would have seen when I was retail trading. I am retail trading, but when I was using retail trading techniques anyway. But we are above the opening price now. We're literally at the opening price of 37766. Let's see what it says on here as well. Yeah, almost. For some reason there's some sort of maybe delayed this information. Don't know. Let's renew, see if it updates. But we did open at 330, and on the futures contract that was 37767 at least, so we're 2 points ahead. There we go, yeah. So that's updated now. It's just slightly above. Even on the CFDs, it's like 7 points ahead, which is off 6 points ahead. But the important thing is we've gone through that opening price. Sort of makes me want to increase my take profit 200, 300 points. Maybe even up here. Don't get greedy. Don't get greedy. What's Nasdaq doing on the Dow? Dow's pushing, Nasdaq is not doing much actually, and the S&P is not doing much as well. The Nasdaq's trying again. I think the Nasdaq's gonna try and I think it's going to make these highs again today. Okay, we're getting close to where I want to move my stop. So 800, I want to move my stop up, reduce the risk. The Nasdaq is trying as well. And the SP is really trying, just like the Dow. But the Dow is leading at the minute, which is nice, and it's actually really pushing high now, which is good. It's gonna get to this point here, and retail again will see resistance. Will they say it's on a bigger form? Yeah, got some resistance here. If we get to 821, then come back down, stop break even, I'm gonna be pretty annoyed. But there's not much resistance here that retail traders would see anyway, I don't think. Let's see. It's a little bit if you look far enough back, but that's really looking back now. You're looking back 4 days, 5 days. Hopefully they see that as resistance. Because if they see that as resistance, then there's going to be more people selling short here. We're going to drop a little bit, and then we're going to take their money as well. I'm just going to get a drink. So what are the bullish retail traders seeing here? They're seeing a trend line. They're seeing this 1, 2, 3, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's going up like this. The bearish ones are looking at, well, we just broke resistance. We just broke resistance here. We got another resistance level here. Maybe we can sell short here. Considering what it's been doing and considering my position and what I want it to do, I'm hoping that it's the second one that's going to take precedence. That the retail traders are mainly going to see a bunch of resistance lines, because if they are, then we should keep pushing higher. Dow stalled a little bit, but it's making a comeback a little bit, which is nice. Nasdaq's really struggling at the minute, huh? S&P's, yeah, not really pushing much either. At this point, I just want to, well, psychologically, I just want to take the profit. $80, $70. It's not bad for the day. And to be honest, I probably would do if I wasn't on live stream. And the fact that people could watch this back at some point. Because mentally, it's easier to do it when no one's watching you. It's easier to make excuses when no one's watching you. But when you've got to be accountable to potentially people in the future, then it's harder. Because you don't want to preach one thing and then do the other thing, do you? Look at this news. US consumer sentiment surges to more than 2-year high in January. Fantastic. Well, come on, Dow. Use that as momentum, please. No idea what it means. No idea how it will affect the market, but doesn't matter. I want you to use it. Sounds good. Sounds like it should push things higher. People are more willing to spend money now. Let's see what we're doing on the volume profile. See if it makes any sense whatsoever. Not really. See, I look at this and I think, crap, I need to move my stop by 2 points. It's 27. I really want to because after the last 2 days, it's been frustrating. So what would that be? It'd be $1 less, huh? Screw it. Just because. I'm gonna move it down to 27. That gives me $149 instead of $150. If we get there. Okay, we're getting close to 800 now, which is where I want to move my stop up. And to be honest, I'm already going to move my stop up now to at least here. Yeah, we've made 800 now anyway, so that's right. What we got on the 5 minutes? Yeah, we'll keep it here for now to stop. The reason I moved it down, the take profit by 2 points, was just, I mean, if you've not heard me complaining already this week, but those last 2 days, we got $1.38, $1.38 on for the day. And both days, the first day I was 2 points away from take profit, and the second day I was 4 points away from take profit. And I never checked this. This is something day volume profile. Something I used to use quite a lot when I was not making any money. But I used to find that it bounced a lot at the edges of these. So between here and here you would have a range, and all the places in between it will bounce quite a lot. So especially on the first time of meeting it in that day, so to speak, or the second time. And my take profit was here, 830. Oh, 829, sorry. And it just looked a little bit close to the edge for me. So I moved it down to 2 points. It's $1 less. Just so we don't have a repeat of the last few days, because it's been painful. Our kid is finally sleeping, so my wife has a chance to do some things that she's not done for a while, and she's decided to take everything out of the cupboard. And then I don't know what she's gonna do then. So what do we got? We made it above this high here, this one here. I'm hoping that that's people are seeing that as resistance again, and they've sold it, and it was made even more people get into a short position rather than a long position. And I'm hoping that those people are retail traders, because then we're just gonna take that money again off them. So we've done it once here, we've done it once, sorry, no, we did it, yeah, we did it once here, because they saw this high, and this high, and they got a red bar, and they probably started selling short. It then went above all of these highs, and we got 3 big bars down. Good at it, stuff shorts in the retail world. But then it started pushing higher, and where they had the stops, I don't know. Maybe they had them here, maybe they had them here, maybe they had them here. But I don't know where they had the stops. Maybe they're doing what they shouldn't do and averaging in. So those that sold here, they sold short again here in a losing trade, and maybe they just sold short again in a losing trade again. So their average will be somewhere around here, maybe. Depends how much they've got in. See, we'll see. Still means they're in a losing trade, and they're 300% up on a losing trade, 300% position on a losing trade, which is a lot. And as I said, adding to losing trades will get you out of some positions. It will get you out. I used to do it myself, and I've seen other people do it before. But if you add to losing trades, the market is already disagreeing with you. So what's to say that it won't continue disagreeing with you? And adding to a losing trade is just hoping. It's just hoping that the market's going to turn around enough to get you out of that profit, out of that losing trade. And if it goes wrong, it might get you out 4 or 5 times, 6 times, 7 times out of a bad trade. And you'll think, great, I'm going to do this again, because it's kind of like when you feed a dog a treat. He gets that treat, he gets some dopamine, and he gets his dopamine kick or whatever, and then he's ready to do everything for a treat again. So that becomes a bad habit. Adding to losing trades. And then once it works 4 times, 5 times, then it's really a bad habit. But when it goes wrong, eventually it will go wrong, because it's gone wrong to me. It's gone wrong to so many people I've seen people at Trades by Matt that is very popular. He's added to losing trades loads of times. He does it even now, even though he's busted accounts on it so many times, rather than just taking the loss. When it goes wrong, it goes really wrong. You bust your account straight away. I've done it on these evaluations. I've added to losers, and I've sat there for 5-6 hours waiting for it to come back to positive, but it's not. Our kid's just woken up, so Dave, come and say hi. You wake up? Yeah, we'll be back in a second. Hopefully this trade comes through here, and it'd be good timing because he's just woken up and he's not very quiet. I promise you that. But we're almost about to take profit here. It looks like it's gonna push through. Please do not do what you did the last few days. I'm gonna take the risk off the table. We're gonna go back to break even plus a little bit for commissions. 5 points. And we hope today that it makes it. We really hope today that it makes it. What's happened? Nasdaq's pushed a lot higher. I saw that. S&P also. I really hope this makes it today. Go on, go on. That's 1 point. That's literally 1 point away from it. I'm not going to have what's happened to me the last few days. Let's take that. That'll do.
Order filled and cancelled.
That is good. Okay. $140 for the day. That's good. We had our first viewer, which is also very good. And we would have made it anyway. We would have made it. Oh no, it's still 1 point away. Still 1 point away. Probably would have made it. I didn't want to risk it after this week. I couldn't take 3 days in a row of being 1 point away from take profit and we're not getting it filled. That would have been too painful. But yeah, hope you found this useful. Hope you found it interesting some way or another. And we had our first viewer, Danny Fang. Thank you for joining us. I'll never forget you, legend. And yeah, take care. See you next week probably sometime. Should be able to do it next week quite a few times. Yeah, we would have made it. We would have made it. We made it $150, but we'll take the 139. If I hadn't taken profit, then we would have made it. Thanks a lot. Hope you enjoyed and enjoy your weekend. See you next week.